Now on to the violation of First Amendment blog. Yes, the college activist, we do possess the freedom of speech in America. But no, you're not a revolutionary badass. It's funny because I never said I was a revolutionary badass. This guy sets up a table and canopy for students interested in a firearms club. However, campus authorities and the police politely tell him to pack up and ship out since he's not a student organization. Again, we've already covered the fact that I was not turned down. You can check with the officer as well. He'll let you know. He asked me to take down the canopy tent, but not the table. He called in his dispatch office, and they said the table can stay. You see, the table was not in anybody's way. I wasn't blocking traffic, I wasn't impeding movement, and I wasn't stopping anybody. You're free to come up to my table, you're free not to. This guy, hoping to emulate the Rebel Alliance, note the Star Wars music, is so infuriated that he creates this amateur video and posts it to YouTube. Well, I wasn't necessarily infuriated, but you're right, I did post it to YouTube. And regards to the music, I choose different music for each video. That was the music that suited me for that day. You're allowed to yell and hold signs, but setting up structures on private university property is illegal. Otherwise, the Willard preacher would preach from a replica of Noah's Ark. Now, again, as I mentioned, Pennsylvania State University is a state-related Commonwealth university, and is therefore deemed a public university. So you might want to get your facts straight next time before you post your amateur blog. Now let's look at some of the comments on this blog from Violation of First Amendment, and see what people have to say. First one, Midwest Dude. Calls me a name. There's no guarantee of free speech on private property. If you come into my house and start telling me to F off, I have every right to kick you out of my house. The sooner this clown learns that, well, he's not going to learn it, so I say, let him freely speak somewhere else. Well, let's see. We've already covered many times in this video that Pennsylvania State University is public property. If you want to change that, or any of your students want to change that, or the administration, feel free to stop collecting public funds and be taxed on your property and take away the status of public property. Then myself, along with other outside organizations, would have no legal right to attend your campus. But since you guys are public property, I'll be back at Penn State. Let him freely speak somewhere else. Well, thank you. I intend to on every college campus in the Pennsylvania area where I'm allowed to, as well as Penn State again. SB 777. This person writes, yeah, the lady clearly told him his speech was fine. He's just mad because they made him take his table down. Somebody needs to grow up. Maybe go into the middle of the city and set up a canopy and a table on a high-traffic sidewalk, there where there are no big bad universities to kick you out. I'm sure the police would be fine with that. Let me know how that goes. Well, I will let you know how that goes. You see, again, my table wasn't shut down. You can check with Becky Miller. You can check with the officer as well. I was allowed to freely table there, as I will be allowed to next time I go back to campus. I look forward to meeting you. Feel free to stop by my table. Finally, there's Elmo. Elmo writes, I doubt he'd be allowed to set up his shop on a street without prior approval from the authorities. That would be the case in every city I've ever lived in or near, and most of the small towns as well. So what gives him the harebrained notion that he can just plunk himself down on a college campus? Obviously, he intended to create a disturbance. If he wants to do that, he should get drunk and wander down Calder Alley between 1 and 3 a.m. First, I don't drink. Thank you for the offer, and I'll leave stumbling down alleyways to you. Second of all, I didn't want to create a disturbance. I was looking for like-minded college conservatives. And third, what gives me the harebrained notion that I can just do this? Something, I don't know, maybe this. The United States Constitution. I'm sure most of you watching this have probably never really read this document. So if you need one, feel free to stop by my table next time I'm on campus. I'll be more than happy to give you one. You see, the United States Constitution protects free speech for everyone, whether it's you or me. And nowhere in the First Amendment does it say free speech should only apply in certain situations or certain places. Free speech is a guaranteed right for everybody. I was exercising my right to freedom of speech as I would hope you would as well. Now, all of these blog posts are very interesting. Now, the real issue is, I'm one man with a table, occasionally a canopy tent, and somewhere between 4 and 6 signs that I table with. But there's 3 blog posts about me now, from just 2 days of tabling on your campus. Imagine what happens when we actually start to do our events on campus. Because I'm not going to stop. I'll be back at Penn State. I'll be helping more conservative students on that campus take charge and lead the fight against liberalism and against your leftist practices on your campus. Once again, my name is Michael Balsam. I am the Pennsylvania Campus Field Rep. And if you or somebody you know would like to join or start your own conservative organization on your campus, then log on to www.campusreform.org. Thank you. God bless the United States, and God bless liberty.